Well, good morning from Groudle, Glen. In here to shoot some fairly specific video in slow motion of the watermill here. I'm just going to try out some different techniques, but might also film some ordinary video walking up the Glen. Beautiful morning here this morning. The sun's out and yeah, it's really nice. The wind has died down a bit, so we'll see what we can see up at the Glen. Just along here there used to be some lily ponds. There's not much remains of them nowadays. You can see there's a few palms growing, but it used to be quite a feature of the Glen. Like a lot of these glens, it was opened and developed in the probably late 1800s, and I probably had to pay an admission to get in. So that overgrown thicket there is where the lily beds used to be. Can't really see much from this angle. You can see a bit better from the actual path. So we'll go and have a look up there in a minute. The orange coloured plant here is royal fern. Not very common down this sort of area, but you get a lot of it growing up in the curragh. And oh, here's the wizard. Quite a few of these around in different glens. But you can see on these islands here, there's palm trees which are no doubt planted when the lily beds were initially put here. Still seem to be thriving quite nicely. The bridge we're just coming to is where the Glen stream joins the main Groudle River and gives the name to the Groudle Glen Railway's Glen Station, which is just up above us. Supported on stilts out over the Glen. We'll maybe go and have a little look at that in a little while. But for the moment, going to continue along the footpath by the main river. There used to be, many years ago, a walkway up here. It's a very narrow, rocky glen, Glen here. But I would imagine the walkway must have been built into the rock or suspended from the rock. Probably just made of wood with steel supports, long gone. So I suppose if you're wearing welly boots or didn't mind getting very wet, you could walk up the stream. Don't think I'm going to be trying it today though. Coming up to an interesting area of the Glen here. Over on the left hand side, and we'll see it more when we cross the bridge, there used to be a bandstand, and it was a proper bandstand with a big band playing, and people come here, and there's a dance floor as well. There's still quite a wide flat area there. In fact, we'll just take a look across now. So there's a little shelter been built where the bandstand used to be, but it's quite a flat area, so it was quite a big area in use in those days. I've not actually gone over the bridge yet, that's it just on the left hand side, and I'll do that shortly. Just taking you for an initial look at what's my main objective today for a test on the slow motion video. and it's the water wheel. You can just about see it probably up in the glen ahead. Unfortunately, it looks like there's not enough water coming down to turn the wheel, which has negated a bit what I wanted to do. So I wanted to try some slow motion photography of the wheel turning. So going to continue past the water wheel now, because only rebuilt a few years ago. It's a different design to the one that a lot of people remember, but this is actually true to the original design of the wheel, if you look back at old photographs. It's quite a steep and rocky path around here. I'm kind of hoping we don't meet anybody while I'm trying to do the video going up, because they might not want to be in the video. And you can probably hear the stream or the river that cascades down through a very narrow rocky section just below me here. It's quite impressive. So continuing on the footpath now, and just up ahead is something you really don't appreciate from road level. It's the viaduct that carries both the Manx Electric Railway and the Groudle Glen Railway across the road. And it's some height from down here. So you drive across it and you just think, particularly if you're actually driving the car, oh, it's kind of a rather tight bend across here. And you're up at treetop height there, but you just don't really see anything that's actually down in the glen. I'm just going to go and head on a little further underneath the arches of the viaduct, but that's about as far as I'm going for today. You can continue all the way up here to the White Bridge in Onken, and continue on past the other side takes you into Molly Quirk's Glen, and that's up sort of towards the back of where I live. in Birch Hill. So I could in actual fact walk all the way from home down to here. It's quite a nice walk, done it in the past. I'm just going through the arches now, probably producing a bit of echo. So, looks like the the river's actually been over the path here. The sort of earthen part of the path is quite eroded. So I turned around from the viaduct and heading back down the Glen, and as it says, to the trains, although there won't actually be any trains running today. We're out of season now. They normally run every Sunday on the Groudle Glen Railway. Plus, through the middle of the summer, school holidays, they run on Wednesday evenings as well. But I think the next one's beginning of December when they're doing Santa trains. So I just crossed the ridge over Glen River and going to head up to the railway station of the same name. The railway was built originally as a tourist attraction for the Glen, and people would come on the Manx Electric Railway and go for a ride, as they say in the publicity these days, uphill to the sea, because the railway starts in the Glen and then goes uphill to end on the cliffs above the sea. So it's an uphill climb out of the Glen. And these days there's a tea room there as well, so you can come and take the train and get refreshments when you get up there. The railway closed, I think, in the 1960s and basically became derelict after that. But it's restored by enthusiasts, mainly led by the late Tony Beard, who have restored all the canopy to its original wonderful outlook. Unfortunately, it seems like there's some scaffolding. They're doing some work on here, so probably won't get a very good shot from the other side. Just walking past the bookshop, and that's the engine shed ahead. And you can probably see they're getting ready for Christmas, the Christmas Santa trains, various decorations around. Then the line heads up through the woodland, up towards the next station, Limekilns Halt. When they run the Santa trains, they actually run them kind of reverse. So the passengers get on at Limekilns Halt and come down to the railway station here, where Santa has his grotto, and refreshments for the children and adults, and then get the train back up to Limekilns Halt, which will no doubt have a different name. So here we are at Santa's Halt.